Hello there, this is DBT and these are the rooms. And alright, let's continue playing some more Asphalt Legends. And today, I'm gonna be testing out in multiplayer the beautiful car that you see on the screen right now, which is the Pagani Zonda Cinque. A car that means a lot to a lot of people, specifically those that played Asphalt 6. But before I jump into any of this, if you enjoy my content, you know what to do, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, because doing these things help the channel to continue to grow, and in that way I can continue making this content for you. So if you want some more Asphalt Legends content right here, go ahead, like and subscribe. Now, as a small parenthesis, I still miss saying aloo. So yeah, it is what it is. But anyway, let's talk about the Pagani, because right now there's a free try for this car in MP2, and of course I'm gonna take the opportunity to drive it. Now, I believe that it's the only free try in all of Class A for this particular multiplayer season, but still, let's have a look. It's a car of Class A, rank of 4105. Now, I've already talked about the performance of this car, at least the theoretical given the numbers, in the patch notes, but let's go over it again. It's a Class A of 6 stars. That means it's gonna require a lot of blueprints. And when we look at the stats, we see that the top speed is actually a little bit on the fast side, almost 370. Acceleration of 79.84 is not particularly good, but it's not terrible either. The handling at 74.76 is on the very good side, and nitro as well at 73.22. No king level or anything, but still pretty good. And given the rank, I think this is definitely an interesting one. The weakest point would be, I suppose, the acceleration. But alright, let's test it out. And we're starting in Paris. Now, once again, because this is MP2, you know how this whole thing works, especially with cars with high rank. They tend to be matched against other cars that they have no business racing against. For example, at a rank of 4000, this thing is going to be encountering a bunch of Class S cars, and in a bad day, you're going to be encountering a bunch of things like the Venom F5 and whatnot. Even if at 1 star, those things are so ridiculously fast. But hey, here's where we have the free try, so here's where I'm going to drive it. Now, I have driven this car before in the content creator test that we have gotten as official content creators, and I did say that the general performance, I believe, for this car, it's a pretty balanced car. It's one that doesn't excel at anything, but it doesn't suffer in particular with anything else. Like I just said a minute ago, I do believe that the weakest point is the acceleration, but in saying that, it's not that, wow, this acceleration is straight up garbage. It's actually, I believe, pretty alright. It's a tiny bit under what I consider to be the baseline for acceleration cars, being 80, but still, it's only under that by a little bit, so not bad at all. So yeah, I do believe that this is a car that is pretty much just balanced, but hey, I guess we're gonna find out the more that we drive it. For this race, we got a second place, which is actually not too bad. I did defeat a couple of Lycans, I believe, so that's gotta count for something. And there it is. Yeah, so there was the Venom F5, as I was just saying, 600 LTs Lycan, 600 LT Lycan, and another, wow. I guess all of these are free try, huh? And again, we got more Venom F5 because, yep, that's just kind of how MP2 works. I really wish, I don't know what is the ideal scenario for those cars like the Venom F5 and cars like that just are way too strong compared to other cars in the same rank. I don't know, how could they fix that? But anyway, so I was gonna talk a little bit about this car and the fact that I really don't know anything about it. In fact, I didn't even know how you pronounce the name of this thing until someone told me. They're like, Cinque. Oh, because it's Italian for 5. Oh, I get it. I believe so. So yeah, no idea, but I know that, like I said earlier, this car means a lot to people because this was the cover car for Asphalt 6. Now, as I've mentioned before, I never really got to play Asphalt 6. I mean, I probably played 1 or 2 races in that game at some point in the past. So I just realized that the Venom is gonna have a great time in this next section because it's all about speed. But yeah, so I know that I played Asphalt 6. Oh, Jesus Christ! I swear I was steering to the left, but I started steering way too late, so, well, that is just a massive L, courtesy of DBT. But yeah, I probably played a couple of races in Asphalt 6 at some point, but never actually got to play it proper. I played more Asphalt 7, but hey, it's fine. But I do believe that this car, well, not believe, I know that this car was featured in, oh god, Asphalt 6, again, because of the cover, but yeah, no idea. Was this a high-class car? Was this the main car of the game? No clue. But yeah, so like I said, I understand that a lot of people have some, what would I call it? Oh, I forgot the word. When you like something, nostalgia for this car. Now, as to how it performs over here, I don't know. At the very least, it's not a bad car, I'll tell you that. But to be 100% honest with you, the part that I don't like about this car is the fact that it's a 6-star car. I think this car would have been fine at 5 stars, but nope, 6 stars because reasons. Now, when I compare it against another car that I didn't want it to be 6 stars in Class A, the Lamborghini Aventador SVJ, I still think that this is probably a little bit better than that car. If I remember correctly, the SVJ should be also lower ranked than this, but honestly, I'm not 100% sure. But either way, this thing is faster, and like I said, the overall stats seem to be quite balanced. Oh god, what the frog was that? You know what? I'm gonna run with it. That was absolutely not intended or expected, but it was calculated, totally, sure. But yeah, I don't know. In general, I do feel, for example, that this is a much better car than the Aventador SVJ. Now, when I say much better, it's not in any one single stat, like, oh my god, this is so much better in how it does this or that. But as I have driven both of these cars, this is the one that I'm like, well, you know, if I was told one of these two cars is gonna be 6 stars and the other won't, I suppose that I would say, yeah, this one deserves more than 6 stars than the SVJ. But I don't know, I might be biased. Maybe I just want the SVJ to be 5 stars. What can I say? But alright, I got another second place despite that weird jump. Okay. Defeated by a 9X8, but I did beat the Cinque 600LT, like a Neon 600LT, 600LT, and another Cinque. Okay. Now, of course, the other downside about this car is the fact that it's a car in the Draft Syndicate, which makes it into a car that is going to be difficult to acquire. Now, granted, of course, you could just buy the, what is it called? The Ultimate Pass for about $50 or so. Not that I'm advising you to do that, no. But I mean, it's your money, you can decide what you do with it. But yeah, you can just buy that and that unlocks the car, and I believe it gives you like 30 blueprints or so. I don't know if it's just the minimum to unlock. Oh, probably 30 is the amount of blueprints you need to unlock, never mind. So yeah, at least in that way you can get the car, but then in order to make progress and start it up, yeah, it's gonna be kind of tough. So just keep that in mind. Now, the good thing is that because it's a relatively low Class A car, again, not insanely low, but ooh, hold on, oh, this guy just tried to knock me down. I see what you did there, buddy. I'm just doing some floaties, not trying to knock you down. I'm actually doing it as a defensive measure, though obviously it didn't work because he went into a much better route, so oof. But yeah, it was a defensive 360 over there, like, don't try to touch me, buddy, because I'm gonna do it. All right, I'm gonna do it. Just keep that in mind. But anyway, yeah, because this is not necessarily an amazing... What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? Oh, is he losing the race on purpose? Oh, maybe he wants to get second place to get the more credit multipliers. I do that from time to time, so I could see why he would do that. But anyway, that's a... Not that I deserve it, because really the guy gifted it to me, but hey, thank you, Fast RPM Apes. Yep, I'll run with it. Anyway, as I was saying, so because this is not an incredibly high-ranked Class A car, I would imagine that this could come back at some other point in the future and not be exceedingly difficult to acquire. Now, in a perfect scenario, like a car hunt or something, but come to think about it, I don't believe that there's been like a car hunt for a 6-star. No, there has been. For the Victor, right? Like a regular car hunt, I think the only one for 6 stars has been the Victor. But either way, so maybe we could get a car hunt for this, or special hunt, or something like that in the future. So I do believe that. Again, because it's a nostalgic... Oh, well, I don't know. That's an interesting question. But I was gonna say, because it's a nostalgic car and it's not necessarily an amazing car, I could see GameLoft being like, yeah, okay, eventually, obviously, not soon, but at some other point in the future for them to be like, yeah, all right, here we go. Enjoy the special hunt for this thing and just go crazy for it. But then again, I guess there's an argument to be made about, well, you know, GameLoft may know that people like this car and they want this car, so maybe what they're gonna do is just be like, oh, yeah, no, you want it? Here's another offer. You can buy it for this many dollars, or buy the bundles or something. Who knows? All right, I took the lead, and if I could keep it, that would be another. Wow, that's 2 first places. This one was, I think, a bit more deserved than the previous one. Oh my god, look at that. It was a clean sweep by our team. Lovely stuff. Ooh. Okay. Woo, now I got a Venom on my team. Where's my... Oh, there. I'm like, where's my music? There it is. But yeah, so I was just thinking about it, and I just mentioned the Vector as having a car hunt, you know, from time to time. Well, actually, I compared this car to the Victor in my patch notes review, so hey, you know, it's not out of the realm of possibility that maybe someday GameLoft is like, yeah, you know, let's make it into a car hunt. It's basically another Victor, so might as well do it. But honestly, if you were to ask me, DBT, would you rather drive the Victor or this? I would still go for this. I'm not a huge fan of Pagani properly, but I still do like them quite a bit. So yeah, I would rather drive this. I think it looks cooler, but hey, the Victor still has a little bit of personality to it. So yeah, I'm not completely dismissing it. But anyway, so yeah, here's hoping that at some point maybe they'll make this car available for us to acquire in some other way, but we'll see. For now, at least when it comes to the Drive Syndicate, I don't believe that I'm going to be able to make a ton of progress in my global account over here. Well, this one is the global account. On my Switch, I actually might be able to do okay. I think getting the Cinque is going to be likely, not necessarily guaranteed, but I do believe it's going to be likely. However, making more progress than that, I highly doubt it, because you know how this game be and all of that stuff. What is that? Is that guy in first place? It's on my team, so that's going to be the Venom, right? It's probably the Venom, or was it a Chiron? I remember there was a Chiron and a Venom, but I do believe the Venom was in my team, so I kept the second place. Let's go. Let's see. No, it was the 600 LT. Let's go. Oh, and the third place was the Venom. All right, fair enough. DBT, did you just paint your car orange? Maybe. Yes, I did. All right, I did. It's one of the official colors, so how could I not? Now that we no longer have all of the colors available for free and all of the dual tones and all of that, you know, you have to unlock them in order to paint the cars the color that you like and whatnot. Well, no need for this one because it already has orange, so that's kind of dope. I've been working on figuring out what is the best dual tone orange that I can create for some of the cars. But yeah, this one looks pretty good. Though still is not the best orange that I have seen in the default colors for cars, but hey, not too bad. You know what? I'm gonna shut up a little bit in these races, this last couple of races, to see if I can do half decently. I mean, overall, I've been doing quite alright, which I do believe kind of speaks to the fact that this car, it is pretty alright. I was gonna say pretty good, and maybe it is pretty good, just nothing outstanding, but still, it's comfortable and all that stuff, and I'm not shutting up. DBT, Jesus Christ. Whoop, RP. Oh no, wait. The guy was lagging. I thought he had missed the jump. All right, fair. Okay, I'm gonna have to live with a third place, but our team is winning, so hey, that's gotta count for something. Beautiful. Vanda's won. Jesus Christ, really? Okay, as much as I focus on this race, it's not gonna go my way because it's a top speed track, and I see. Is that on the Veil? I also saw a Bugatti. What is it called? The Pure Sports. So it's fine. At least we can look at my car being all cool in orange because reasons. So yeah, like I was saying, I don't believe that I'm gonna be able to make a lot of progress in the Drive Syndicate. At least when it comes to getting and starting up this car, I'll probably get it. Start up, I don't know, that's questionable. But either way, I'm gonna be looking forward to, at the very least, acquiring it. And, well, you know, even if at low stars, maybe driving it from time to time in MP2, because why not? But other than that, well, it's alright. Oh, Jesus, can I steal that third place? Yes, I can, but the dude pushed me into the wall. Let's go. You love when things like that happen. What is this guy doing? He's driving so erratically. The worst part is that he's from my team, so it's not in my best interest to be antagonistic to him, though. The other team is gonna win. They have first and second, so that is a guaranteed win for the other team. Unless they mess up, but, you know, seems a little bit unlikely. Whatever it is that they're driving, it's pretty fast, so it's alright. But like I said, at the very least, I got to enjoy this car a little bit, play with it, see it. Why don't you let me know in the comments what you think about this car? Now that you probably have driven it in MP2, how did that feel? Did you enjoy it? Did you feel it was a good, a bad car? Do you think it's worth to be a 6-star car? I don't know, I find that questionable. But alright, that's where I'm gonna leave it. Once again, if you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe, and all of that good stuff. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye!